guys, welcome to Toy Chat. This is Max.
And Fang.
And we are going to be reviewing another Barbie on today's video. This is the Star Wars R2-D2 Barbie from Barbie Signature. So this Barbie is priced at $100 and I purchased mine on Mattel Shop, but you can also purchase it on Amazon right now as well. My impression is it's eventually going to be available from other retailers too. It is listed on Walmart.com, but at this time of filming, it's inflated on there from third-party sellers. But so yeah, if you're paying more than $100 for her, you're paying too much. She's actually for sale at this time of filming on Amazon. So this Barbie is one of 3 dolls recently released by Mattel that are Star Wars inspired, and perfect timing for it.
So in celebration with the release of the new Star Wars film, Rise of Skywalker, we wanted to get this video out to you guys and review some Star Wars merchandise. So we have R2-D2 inspired Barbie here in her blue packaging.
And yeah, she is, needless to say, very heavily inspired by the iconic droid from the original Star Wars trilogy, R2-D2 himself. And the packaging is very cool, so we'll go ahead and jump right into that. So what we have right here on the front is we do have a thin plastic lining, and we see the Star Wars and Barbie logos right here, and there is a nice window display where you can see the Barbie, and there is some pretty cute stylized artwork of R2-D2 over here on the side. So as you can see on the bottom of the packaging, this product is intended for adult collectors. It is not meant for children under the age of 14. So this is an adult collector doll from Barbie officially. And let's go ahead and check out the back of the box. So this is actually very simple. It's nice and clean packaging. We do have a little bit of a blurb on the back about the inspiration. The Star Wars Barbie collaboration is an homage to Star Wars A New Hope, which was of course the original Star Wars movie from 1977. So needless to say, this is a stylized, fashionable reimagining of the character in Barbie form. This is a gold label Barbie, and the designer is Robert Best. If I end up finding any other information on him, I will post it here. But the body type for this one is Model Muse, which means her arms are straight. So she doesn't have, as we would call it, quote unquote, full articulation, but we'll check all that out after we take her out of the box, because yes, we are going to unbox her. So let's go ahead and get her open, show you guys the doll. This little plastic sleeve is actually nicely easy to remove. There's just a little hook right here. You can unlatch it, or you can just, pull it over the top, whichever you prefer. And after you do that, these flaps right here will be a bit loose, and you can open them up, and you see beautiful R2-D2 Barbie on display. So, looking at this now, this is actually a really nice display doll. So yeah, as you can see, there is some artwork of R2-D2 on the left and some artwork on the right, which I presume, don't quote me on this, but I'm assuming that's probably artwork from the designer. Very cute. This is a really beautiful display. It's a nice royal blue throughout. And yeah, the Barbie herself looks lovely at the center. So let's go ahead and fully take her out of the box. It looks like we're gonna have to pop open these little handles right here and then take everything out from there.
All right, here is R2-D2 inspired Barbie out of box, and she is very lovely, a very striking makeup she has going on. So R2-D2 has some lovely eyeshadows, very different. On her right eye, she has this blue cube eyeshadow, and on her right side is more traditional kind of cat eye grayish eyeshadow, and she has some really pointy brown eyebrows. As for her hair, she has this deep blue, very shiny blue hair, and it is tied up into a ponytail that's really high, and she has a bit of a bump in the front of her head, as well as some, instead of your traditional like hairband, her hair wraps around her head right there.
Very cute. I love her hair.
Okay, moving on to her outfit. She's wearing a very beautiful vest, hoodie. It's super cute. As you can see, the inner lining is this metallic silver, as well as the outer side there's little silver stitching to create kind of like a padded look, as well as
ooh, look at that red right there. That's
Yeah.
gorgeous on that little button-esque piece.
Yeah, but it's very reminiscent of R2-D2, which she's inspired by. And check out that hoodie right there. It's definitely, you can put it over her head. And attached to this vest piece is a very high collar piece here. Super cute.
It's really fashionable. It's very like futuristic.
And yeah, and unlike what I initially thought, again, this is a vest, so it's sleeveless, but she does come with some detachable arm sleeves, or arm warmers. Is that what they're called? Arm warmers?
Kind of look more like arm warmers, yeah,
Yeah.
and they're fingerless, which I love. And she has a very light pink, almost like salmon nail polish. So on her right hand, R2-D2 Barbie is wearing a simple, almost kind of like bangle-esque brown bracelet. Oh, it looks like there are two of them,
gold.
actually. I guess, yeah, gold. It's a very like deep gold. And yeah, you just slide them off if you want to remove them.
So for her top, she's wearing a see-through tank top that has some geometric designs on it, and it's, you know, again, inspired by R2-D2's chest piece, and they come in different colors. There's some silver, some deep blue, some lighter blues. It's very cute. And underneath it, she is wearing a silver top that's attached to her dress underneath.
Yeah, there's actually it's really fascinating. There's actually a lot going on here. So yeah, as you can see, it's like this is literally a sleeveless tank top. Oh, I didn't even realize at first. This is a totally separate piece. But I love the different texture and kind of dimension going on here, because, you know, you have the dynamic of, you know, like these separate pieces on the bottom and upper left here. They remind me a lot of buttons. And then you have these little like thin plastic pieces up here that the texture of those almost remind me of like big confetti pieces. So she's also wearing a simple white belt with a little blue textured pattern across the front. So for her sheer top, you can just attach it via some nice little snap buttons. So I totally did not notice this. At first, I was assuming that the belt piece right here was like a standard removable belt, but apparently it's actually like a plastic piece that is sewn onto the fabric with some string. So obviously, yeah, you remove this top via a Velcro attachment right here, but you apparently can't remove this piece unless you like tear this string off, at which point I feel like you're basically permanently removing it unless you want to like sew it back on, which I'm not a super huge fan of, especially because it already looks a little loose. So not a gigantic fan of that, but you know.
So removing her vest and upper, you know, see-through shirt, you get a clear look at what she's wearing on the inside underneath. It's all one piece, so her inner dress is one piece, and the top is this metallic silver like fabric, and then on the bottom it's a very cool design. It's kind of what they describe as like a dome skirt. It's again that see-through material, but it has these long rectangle white pieces attached to it. Kind of reminds me of like his helmet.
It is very cute, but there's a part of me that wishes you could see these a little bit better, because she has really cute silver like leggings underneath it. And yeah, I like those a lot. Very metallic silver. Over her silver tights, R2-D2 Barbie is wearing some beautiful thigh-high white boots that I'm wanting to say they have a really like a pleather feel to them, and they're really cute, very fashionable.
Are they actual boots?
But
they're not actual boots.
Yeah, that's what's kind of interesting, is like they have the aesthetic of boots, and that's how they're described on the website, but when you remove it, you see that this is actually just a sleeve, and
Yeah,
then
so
she
actually,
itself
if you want
is,
to
like,
get technical, it's kind of
separate.
like, if you want to get technical, it's kind of like leg warmers.
Sort of, yeah. It's a funny look, actually, her without it. But yeah, the shoe itself is pretty cute. It's just like a little white boot with like a little silver bolt, and the bottom is a dark brown. And something I really appreciate about this Barbie as well is her stand. She has a really cool stand with the Star Wars logo, a little geometric pattern on either side. And on the back of it, you see both the Star Wars and Barbie logo. Ooh, look at that reflection. And this is a very fun stand, and you can use it to prop the doll up at the crotch. It's a very sturdy stand, so she stands up very nicely in it. So R2-D2 Barbie also comes with a cute golden clutch that is shaped like the front of C-3PO's chest piece. From afar, it looked like a water bottle to me, but very cute little shape, and it does actually open. And something really fun about the inside of it is you can see the symbol of the Rebel Alliance inside. Very cute, but one thing that's kind of unfortunate is once you cut the little string out of the display, there's not really a practical way for her to hold this. So R2-D2 Barbie does, of course, also come with a certificate of authenticity, like most Barbie Signature dolls. You know, and per usual, obviously she's not limited count, so we don't have like a number or anything like that, but it's just letting you know you've got the real deal. Alright, so these are our final thoughts on Star Wars R2-D2 Barbie. I think she is really beautiful. I love how fashion forward she is. I think this is a really fun and effervescent take on you know, the Star Wars inspiration. You know, they could have gone very retro with this theme because it was inspired by kind of the original New Hope characters and aesthetics, but I think it's a really nice combination of you know, very futuristic with some retro flair, and I think her color scheme and her overall vibe perfectly captures the R2-D2 inspiration, and she's just a beautiful doll in general. I love the really bright, deep blues and shimmery kind of almost iridescent silvers and whites on her. Gorgeous display doll. My main gripes are the fact that, you know, talking about obviously her articulation real quick, she is able to, you know, bend her arms and move her head, and you can bend her whole torso forward and backward and her legs up and down, but that's it. You can't bend her knees, you can't bend her elbows, you can't bend her hands, her wrists, nothing like that. So that makes her a little limiting, you know, for posability. And I guess if you really want to be a stickler, you know, R2-D2 himself doesn't have a huge amount of like limber movement, but yeah, you know, us here at Toy Chat, we prefer articulation over not articulation. So that's a little bit of a bummer, especially with the $100 price point, but I still think she is very beautiful. As I said, I don't really like this sewn on kind of janky belt piece, but other than that and the articulation issue, I think she's really beautiful and very detailed. I love the layered clothing, and she just pops.
Yeah, I think she is very cool. I think when you take something like Star Wars and something like a droid, and you kind of create a doll that's inspired by it, I think this is like a perfect example of like where, you know, a designer is able to create something so both unique and yet so inspired by a character. I love every little bit of detailing on her because that plays homage to like the Star Wars legacy, and she's a gorgeous doll. She's a real stunner. I love her face and her hair. At her price point, she is a little bit more pricey. For $100, I think she could have been articulated, but I get like this particular line of dolls, like their articulation is not really a thing, and you kind of display her in box, and I think her box is very beautiful. So I'll give them that, but it is a little bit pricey, and I would wait for her to be on sale if possible. But, you know, like what you're getting for, you know, Barbie designer what was it, like signature line for $75. This one doesn't go beyond that to me. She is a very cute doll. I definitely recommend her, but at her price point, it's kind of hard to dish out that amount of money when, you know, certain other dolls for $100 you get like a whole lot more. So
alright, thank you for joining us for our review of the Barbie Signature Star Wars R2-D2 doll. Make sure to let us know what you guys think of her in the comments below. Star Wars fans, sound off down there as well. Do you guys plan on seeing a Rise of Skywalker? Are you hyped for it? Let's keep the comments spoiler free, of course, and hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't. Let us know what you want to see reviewed next on our channel, and we will see you next time. Bye!